And okay. Welcome everyone. It is Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. This is Coach Connect Hub. We are here for Visible Mastery. Everyone is really excited. It is contest time once again. And I have reached out to the top 50 2024 winners, which I happily get to be a part of. And I've asked the winners to just provide their what their success story is with how the contest has helped them. And then we'll go around and I'll go back to each of the winners and ask them for their best tip that they can offer for the contest. And there's many different ways that you can use the contest on Alignable, and you are going to get a plethora of answers and tips from our past winners. Third round, it's going to be opened up to the audience. So if you are new to Alignable, or this is your first time in the contest, or honestly, if you were like me the first year of the contest, which was 3 years ago, and I had no clue what it was, so don't feel like you can't ask anything, because those of us that have been involved in the past, like I said, first year, I didn't know what it was all about. Second year, I specifically tried to reach out and help a lot of people. And so that would have been last year. And surprisingly, I ended up #1 in Canada. And it, like I said, it was a surprise. So being in the top 20 overall was pretty cool. And I learned most of it from these other top winners. So if you want to be successful on Alignable, you talk to the people who are already successful. That was my strategy. All right, everyone, you guys know who you are, the top 50. I asked them to put top 50 on their behind their name, and I am not sure. There's so many people here, which is fantastic. How about you guys raise your digital hand, and then I'm going to call on each of you to offer up what your success for the contest was. So round one, we're talking successes, and we'll go a maximum of 15 minutes, and we'll hear from as many of you as I can. And then second round, I want to hear your best tip. Third round for the audience, we'll get you into some Q&A from the group. These are the people that you want to ask about how to be successful using the contest and on Alignable. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Susan, you are up first, my friend.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much, Sam. Hey, welcome everybody. It's exciting to share my experience with you. And so I'll have to let you know that the votes increased, and I wrote this down because I wanted to be succinct, but the votes increased the number of people that claim that they trust me and appreciate me. Thus, listen to this, providing a testimony for someone interested in collaborating or hiring me as their coach. So I'm going to leave you with that.
That's excellent. Thank you, Susan. All right,
You're welcome.
Phyllis, you're up.
All right. So with the contest, for me, it has boosted my business a lot. I was in the top 25 women entrepreneurs, which really excited me. So I work with a lot of women now who are getting started in their business.
Thanks, Phyllis. Steve, I feel like this is rapid round that we just get to hear from everybody. Okay, Steve, go for it.
So being in the top 50 definitely increased our visibility on channel and off. A lot of people may not know that Alignable appears on Google as well. So anything you're doing on Alignable, these top 50 awards and things like that show there as well. So your visibility extends way beyond just Alignable. So for us, it really helped with our credibility enhanced the trust that people had with, which led to more people wanting to do business with us, and also a better pool of businesses and partners as well. So because of that trust, we obviously did more business, made more money. And for me, what was the most important was that there was some validation there that the contributions we're making to the community are valid and they are helping people, because people are giving us the votes and acknowledging that we have made that contribution to the community.
Thanks, Steve. All right, Carol, you are up next.
Hi, everyone. My name's Carol Witt. And what it's done for me is I have so many more recommendations. I had 30 when I started. I now have over 150. And they're glowing recommendations. And then the connections I've made, oh my goodness, it's just been incredible. I'm over like 1,500 connections when I was probably at about 40 when this contest started last year. I was like, I just really started on Alignable in a serious way. And then the collaborations, I'm collaborating with so many people now. So that's what it's done for me.
Thanks, Karen. Evan, before I get to you, I'm just going to let everybody know that's still coming in because I'm letting people in as we're speaking. For those of you that are just joining us, this is 2024 Top 50 winners sharing their success with you, what the contest has done. So this first round, we're doing 3 rounds within this event. So the first round is the contest winners sharing what success was like for them with being in the top 50. The second round, they're going to share their best tip for you for building the contest or building your business on Alignable with the use of the contest. The third round, have your questions ready. If you have specific questions about the contest, these are the business owners on Alignable that you're going to want to ask. So have those questions ready. So we're doing 15 minutes for round 1, 15 minutes for round 2, and then we'll have lots of time for Q&A. All right, Evan, my friend, you're up.
Hello, everyone. Evan Rauf here in Michigan. I thought about this. This isn't about the contest. This is about your business and really getting present to, why you joined Alignable. You want to elevate your business and expand your network. By the giver's gain theory, you're reaching out to people on a regular basis. And that success has been really poignant for myself, making new connections, making money on the back end, and really helping people really, get center stage with their business and really being present for that. And it's the insurmountable things about leadership and being able to grow as a person is insurmountable from with it's like a 6-week training program to do things that you should be doing on a daily basis anyway. And I can talk more about it later. Thanks.
Thank you, Evan. And thanks you guys for being succinct. When you only have an hour to get all of this in, I really appreciate everyone for just giving the best. Todd.
Hi, everybody. Todd Mitchell. And yeah, I think what Susan said kind of wrapped it up for me as far as the same type of thing. It gave me a lot of pleasure to I guess I'm a giver, so having feedback coming back, showing that I'm actually making an impact on people's lives and people appreciate my work was probably the best satisfaction for me. But I also agree with what Evan said. When you're just getting started, we've all got our little niche in life, and brand awareness is huge, especially for a solopreneur that can't go out on some $50 million Super Bowl ad campaign. So this has really helped me kind of get that brand awareness going.
I got lost in what you were saying. Thanks, Todd. Paul.
I'm sorry, just calling me.
Paul Odendahl.
Sorry.
No problem, Paul. Good afternoon, Paul Odendahl from Port St. Lucie, Florida. The contest is about building relationships and engaging with other business owners, which is the backbone of this country, not just Alignable. The blessing has been the visibility and the relationships that have been built, like with Sam and having an opportunity to be here, that's a blessing. And for me personally, it's an opportunity to live my calling. So my calling is clearly to work on improving the lives of others, and I live by that. And the give back to that is your life improves automatically, and my life has improved tremendously just by being part of this platform and being part of this program.
Thank you, Paul. And I have to do a little bit of an extra shout out for Paul and for Todd. You, Todd and Paul, when I first joined Alignable almost 3 years ago, were instrumental in extra mentoring. Both Todd and Paul were like, oh yeah, do you need some more help? Oh, I'll meet with you. Call me anytime, meet with me. So I really have a special place in my heart for Paul Odendahl and Todd. Thanks, you guys. Jeremy, you are up next.
Thanks so much, Sam. I'm Jeremy Watson. I was the Scottsdale Business Person of the Year 2024, and I've since received a ton of recommendations, 194 recommendations. It's given me a platform as well as authority on the platform to not only help myself and help our business. Sure, we've gotten clients, but make referrals and help others, right? So the visibility gave me feedback to make our service more comprehensive for others. It gave us the ability to be more collaborative, sending referrals out. We've sent more referrals out than we've received than clients we've generated, but also just work to help not only our business, but the greater good and impact the platform in that way. So it's been truly amazing.
Thanks, Jeremy. You guys are all so well spoken. I couldn't have asked for see, this is why you guys are in the top. All right, Tracy.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Tracy Holloway, and I was a top winner for Mansfield, Texas in 2022 and also 2024, which placed me in 2024 at number 21 on the top 50 and also number 10 of the top 25 women networkers on Alignable. So this has been an amazing experience for me over the last few years of going through the weeks of this competition. What I've gained from it is just a visibility to what I've already been doing within the community and working with small businesses and nonprofits in the area. It's increased my visibility with that, which of course has been great because it's led into some really great and wonderful referral partners and business partners that I work with now on a consistent basis that came from Alignable. So that's been the benefit for me and that visibility from the contest.
Thank you so much, Tracy. Andrew, and then we got Latoya, Paul Kirch, Dr. Karen, and yeah, we're doing great on time. Awesome. Okay. Who did I call? Andrew, go for it.
Everybody, Andrew Merkins here, 828 Biz. I was 2024 Local Business Person of the Year for Hendersonville, North Carolina. And definitely the biggest win that we've taken away from the contest and the Alignable platform is the meaningful relationships. We've spent a lot of time and energy on LinkedIn. We are on other platforms, and I can genuinely say there are no other meaningful relationships that have been generated the way they have on Alignable. So I highly recommend you guys to really press into that. Lead with value, connect with people, because everyone on the platform is willing to give, to participate, to engage, and it's the more you give, the more you get back. It's so beneficial.
Thanks, Andrew. Latoya, great to see you. It's been a while.
Hi, Sam. Hi, everybody. I'm Latoya Jermaine, and I was 2024. Hi, Susan. Local Business Person of the Year here in New City, New York. And I had the pleasure of being along with Tracy, not only in the top 50, but in the top 25 women. And what it did, obviously, like so many have said already, is to boost visibility and credibility. But what you do with that credibility is to elevate and amplify the Alignable way, right? Because not everybody gets it. When they come on, they're like, what do? You just sniff butts with other business owners, right? Like, what are y'all doing on there? And it's like, this is what we do, and this is why we do it, and this is how we do it. And so it's been, because people want to know, how did you get this, recognition? It's because you care about other people. You see how you can be of service. You introduce people. So it's been huge in helping me to teach the way that I think people should behave anyway.
Thank you, Latoya. Paul, you are up next, Paul.
Thank you, Sam. Hey, listen, so I have a little different story that I think a lot of people in here. So I've hosted a mastermind community outside of Alignable. We started in 2014 serving entrepreneurs. And I didn't even know about the contest last year. I had an Alignable account. I wasn't really using it. The contest had been going on for about 3 weeks, and a good friend of mine and actually one of our sponsors on our community said, hey, you should get involved in this contest. So I jumped into it, not really knowing what it was all about. Ended up 24th in North America, #1 in Fort Worth, which was a nice experience, but it opened up doors. And I think that's one thing that we don't always realize when these things are happening, that sometimes it draws attention. And I think because I had some success in a short period of time, Chuck Casto introduced me to Mitchell Groves, who's, if you don't know, Eric's the founder of Alignable. His son Mitchell was running a partner program. He really loved what we were doing at Boss Academy, and he invited us to be one of their community partners. And there was about 11 companies that were considered community partners. It gave us a great opportunity to work directly with leadership and really kind of drive some of the direction on education. I guess in December, they decided to disband the community partner program, which was unfortunate. But in that time, it really just allowed me to see really what Alignable was doing behind the scenes. And there's so much good intention to support all of us. So this contest is a great way, obviously, to get some exposure, connect with people. But just understand that there's bigger opportunities here within this community. If you just really go all in and make the right connections, you can grow your business, but also just help others and support each other in amazing ways. So I'm grateful. I'm looking forward to what this year holds. I've got some other things I'm going to be doing with Alignable, but I just want to thank all those who support the contest, but also support what we do here on Alignable. It's an important platform.
Thank you, Paul. Dr. Karen, before I call on you, if any of the other top 50 winners, if you joined within the last few minutes, raise your digital hand. We've got about probably one more minute on sharing what success the contest had for you. So I really would like to hear from everybody. Let's hear from Dr. Karen. Where'd you go, Dr. Karen?
I'm here.
Okay, go for it.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Karen Fiorillo from Collegeville, Pennsylvania. I am a middle school teacher. I'm sitting in my classroom. I'm definitely a teacher, and I'm a learner. I think it's important to not be the know-it-all. Come in and ask questions. As my first year, 3 years ago, when I was in the contest, I had no idea what it was. Somebody nominated me, and I said, "What are you nominating me for?" I literally had no clue. So I have risen all through the ranks, and at this point, the last 2 years, I was in the top 15 and top 5 in women, which just, I'm such an introvert, and I was completely humbled by the experience, because I'm just a kid, I'm just hanging out with everybody else. But I think being your authentic self is really super important. Get your face on camera, attend Smart Connects, go to masterminds, reach out to people one-on-one, and people will truly believe in you. And in turn, they will vote for you. Don't beg for votes. It's icky. So just be yourself, and people will automatically be drawn into you. So that's my words of advice, or my words of advice. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Karen. And Dr. Karen said, I'm an introvert. And you'll find a lot of us are introverts. Like, I identify as an introvert. And sometimes when you're on that top 50 list, or you're leading groups, or you're doing what we do on Alignable, everybody always goes, "What? You're an introvert?" It is because we built the relationships, and it's not a big deal to talk in this type of environment. So if you're an introvert, it is a great way to build your business. Okay, Dr. Mary, I'm going to hear from you last, and then we're going to go into the next round. Dr. Mary, what's your success from being in the top 50?
I agree with Dr. Karen there. It's really about just opening up those conversations and being open to those conversations that allow you to actually build beyond, just a connection. That's not what you're here for. You're here really to build that connection up, to see what and how you can connect. And so I've made some wonderful connections and enriched my business doing so. So I thank Alignable for that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm keeping an eye on the time, so I want to make sure that everyone that has a question for the group will have time to do that in round 3. So right now we're doing round 2. So top 50 winners, whether you've shared now or not, put your hand up again. And this time I would love for you guys to share one tip, just one. I know we could all share probably 10. Just share one tip for the audience. If anyone here is new to the Alignable contest and not sure the do's and don'ts, and again, there's many ways to use the contest. There's no right way. However, panel, give your one best tip that worked for you. Okay, Mary, you are up. Your hand is still up first, Dr. Mary, so you're going to start us off.
Yeah, just be authentic. Send out the look at what's going on online and see what other people are doing, and reach out and make a new connection. And that's what it's all about.
Thank you so much. Evan.
Everyone, so the strategy for myself is really to know exactly, you should know exactly how many votes you have. As a free member, you also should be a member of the Alliance. We have 20 votes as a free member. Have a strategy to vote for someone. Ask yourself, who are the 10 or 20 people that made an impact in my business this past year, or I'd want to help in the future, and think a strategy for the next 5 weeks to vote for those people. A vote is a testimonial, so write a nice testimonial for them, and that'll go far for you. That's my one tip.
Awesome. Thanks, Evan. Tracy.
Struggling with this mute button. Okay. My tip is the same as Mary's, but I'll just venture out a little bit from that. Is be authentic, be who you really are. In person, be that same person online. So if you are a person who would genuinely care and ask questions of someone that you're just meeting and all of that, try your best to translate that into your messaging on Alignable, because most of that action happens in the inbox before you set up a one-on-one. So I try my best to just give my personality to whoever I'm meeting brand new, so they can know right off the top the type of person that I am. And that's the way that I show authenticity. So I would just suggest that everyone try to do the same thing.
Awesome. Thanks, Tracy. Phyllis.
When I'm in a Smart Connect, if I know that the person is brand new to Alignable, then I try to help them understand Alignable, how to work Alignable, how to be on Alignable and make the connections. That way they get the most out of it also for their business. And it also furthers that know, like, and trust.
Thank you, Phyllis. Susan, and then Carol.
My number one is suggesting to you that you always ask for help. That is an amazing experience on Alignable here, is that everyone's willing to help.
Great point, Susan. Thank you. Carol, Jeremy, and then Paul Odendahl.
Okay, so my tip is I've done over 100 Zoom calls with people. And my first thing that I do when they're sharing with me who they are and what they're about and what their business is how can I collaborate with them? And I've collaborated with so many people because I run podcasts and I invite them to come and share on my podcast. I look for ways to keep connecting with people.
Thank you, Carol. And when Carol was talking, I had a thought, and I want to make sure that I get it here, that I state it here. So a lot of us that are group leaders or ambassadors or winners, we do have a lot of connection credits. And we understand that a lot of people that join Alignable maybe on the free version, you don't have as many connection credits. And when Susan said, you know, ask for help, there is nothing wrong with saying, even in these type of chats, like in this type of chat, you know, don't be filling it up with who you are and what you do. If you want to say, hey, connect with me and here's my email, or if you specifically are out of connection credits and you want to connect with some of these amazing people, then simply put it in the chat and just go, I would love to connect with you. Feel welcome to put your email address, or, you know, however you want to be connected, but reach out, because a lot of us have connection credits. And I personally say in every one of my groups, you don't need to connect with me. I go through every event after I host an event, and if I'm not connected with you, I reach out to you. So we are all here to help you build your business on Alignable. All right. Jeremy, or wait, who did I call on before? You guys, you're lowering your hands. Whoa, now I'm all mixed up. Okay, who was after Carol? I
I
don't
think it
know.
was me,
Okay.
Sam.
Okay,
Yeah, Jeremy's
Jeremy.
up.
Okay, go for it, Jeremy.
Thanks, Sam. I would say take advantage of the Smart Connects as well as your local meetups. I think those are great ways to kind of meet people and make that genuine, authentic connection. So that'd be my biggest tip: is leverage those Smart Connects and those local meetups.
Thank you, Jeremy. Paul, Odendahl, Joe, and then Andrew.
Thank you, Sam. I'm keeping a list here in the chat of what I'm hearing. Simple. I just live by it. Be other centric. That's the tip. Be other centric.
And Paul, you model that for everyone. That's why you have the success that you do on Alignable. Thank you, Paul. Joe, all right. What is your number one tip? And Joe, I'm going to give you a slight pass if you're quick. If you're quick, share what success you had on Alignable for the round one question.
Oh, for the round one question. Okay. I would say make sure you have your profile filled out. Have your profile filled out, especially your tags. So what Jeremy said about Smart Connects is absolutely true. But if you have your tags set up, then you get matched up with the partners, the collaborators, the potential clients that you want to have. So it's a really big deal to make sure the profile is fully filled out. Success on Alignable, first round, really quick. Probably, I mean, I'm just going to say it. Just this whole network and the people that I've got to meet has opened my eyes up to a whole different world. And so that world is the success.
Thank you. Andrew, Steve, and Dr. Karen.
Joe kind of stole my thunder. I was definitely going to say the biggest tip that we offer people is to fully and completely fill out your profile. Make sure that you have good cover art there that's got some kind of call to action. Make sure that you're, like Joe said, the tags are appropriate. Make sure that you also have good copy in there that's not too long, not too short, because the Alignable algorithm will go through your profile and it will actually match you with people that are going to be ideal fits for you. So optimizing your profile, whether it's during the contest or even throughout the year, it's number one best thing to do.
Thank you, Andrew. Steve, Karen, and Janine.
I think at this point, I'm just going to have to ditto a whole bunch of people. Obviously, the Smart Connects are a great way to do it. Have your profile right. Ask for help. Do everything that everybody said. Number one thing that I keep hearing from everyone today that's in the top 50 has been that they're all serving others first. So find a way to serve others and everything will come back around to you. That's I think what's made all of these people get to the level they're at.
Including you, Steve. Thank you. Okay, Dr. Karen, Janine, and then Todd.
My advice would definitely be to listen. When you are on a Smart Connect, people will go on and on and on about absolutely anything they can think of. But if you're not asking probing questions, can you blame them? There's nothing worse than idle silence. So ask good questions. If you post anything, go back and revisit the post. Respond to people's comments. There's nothing worse than sitting there and not seeing any responses from the people who took the time to respond to you. So give them, even if it's just a like, give them that satisfaction and the return on your investment. That's my advice to you. Just be involved, post as much as you can, and get people active.
Good point, Karen. Janine. Janine, share your success as well, because I know you missed that in the first round, and I apologize if I'm not seeing everyone either. Janine, you've been successful on Alignable for a long time. I know you were here like when I first joined, and you were, I think, in the top 50 back then. So share your success and your number one tip.
My success, I don't even know how to answer that anymore. I just, on Alignable, I'm genuinely making connections and being as supportive as I can to anybody and everybody that comes to me. And I'm also the type of person that I'm the one that if I see someone that has a need, I always want to be the one to fill it. I want to help fill that need. And so all I've been doing is I've just been myself, just being me, helping out as much as I can. I volunteer as much as I can. And it's helped me gain a lot of great connections. And it's also helped me grow my business. Have lots of referral partners here that I've met. And it's addictive. The helping is addictive. And it's just really, I don't know. And then all of a sudden people nominate you and then you're like, oh, I won. So, but it really does help propel your business. So I don't know if that could kind of help out with anything with my success here. But my tip, everybody kind of took it. So I'm sitting here like scrambling, like what other tips can I give? Besides everything that everybody else has shared, I would say just be visible and be involved. Definitely max out your profile. Put your picture there, please, so we can see who we're talking to. And be visible. There's so many events and things here. Join those events, do those events. You get to meet so many people and you make so many friends. I've made so many friends on this platform. And I am a big time introvert, but being on this platform has helped me come out of my shell. So just be you, be unique, be visible, and get involved. And that's my tip.
Fantastic. Thanks, Janine. Todd.
So everybody's got great tips, and I would just add one thing that builds on top of that. Be intentional. So going to Smart Connects and getting in group feeds and commenting and engaging, those are all great, but you want to make sure you're doing that in the right groups to put you in front of the right people. Yeah. So where your referral partners are going to be and things like that. So that'd be my tip.
Fantastic. Thanks, Paul. Or thanks, Todd. Next is Paul Kirch.
Hey, thank you, Sam. I think one thing that, Alignable presents a really unique opportunity with the Smart Connects. You can network every day, but I think sometimes we overdo it. We're so focused on that low-hanging fruit, that next connection. Janine kind of alluded to it. I've built lifelong friendships on here. It takes between 7 and 13 outreaches to turn somebody from a prospect to a customer. And that doesn't happen by accident. I think you have to go beyond just that first connection. We're always looking for that person that is going to give us something right away, 1 or 2 attempts, and then we move on to the next Smart Connect. Take some time, build some relationships, and great things can happen in your business.
Thank you, Paul. Okay, I'm keeping an eye on the time here. What I would like to do is those of you that are here new to Alignable, join the event because you want to know how to either use the contest, how to use Alignable. Now's your chance to ask your burning question of the group. So look at the bottom, you'll see where it either on your screen, it'll say raised hand or reactions. Sometimes in your Zoom, if you hit the reactions button is where the raised hand feature will be. So raise your hand, ask, if you have a specific question or comment to a specific person, you can say that. If not, ask your question, and then I'll ask the group of experts to just put your hand up and share your I'll call on you to share your advice. I'm trying to keep this as I am trying to keep saying succinctly everything on here because I want this recording to be posted. So I want it to be clear for anyone that's here on the replay. Okay, Solo, go for it.
Yes, good day, everyone. Yes, the question I want to ask, because majority of the things you guys said is building relationship, and my question is relating to relationship. When you connect with someone, how do you keep that relationship? How do you keep connected with that person?
All right. Okay. Karen, what do you say to Solo?
Well, as soon as you meet with them, schedule a time to meet immediately and take good notes. You're going to think to yourself, I will remember that. You will not remember that. We're not getting any younger, my friends. Make a spreadsheet, put a column there with when you're going to follow up with them, ask them how many days it's going to be before you need extra assistance, give them your information. I'm not really crazy about giving out my cell, but at least give them your email address and they can always contact you through messaging. But remember them and check in with them. Say, hey, how's your dog doing? I remember last time your dog was sick. That would mean the world to someone to have that community. We're all struggling for community at this point still after that crazy thing happened in 2020. But I think we're coming back from it, but there's still a sense of community that's lacking.
Thanks, Karen.
Mhm.
Tracy.
To that, I would add, because Dr. Karen, you and me, girl, we're simpatico on that, right? So, but to that, I would add to also schedule the next time that you'll follow up with them. If it's a really good referral or partner that you know you want to keep in touch with, we're all busy. So go ahead and schedule it and say, hey, let's meet again next month. Let's go ahead and put it on the calendar now, and then try to be proactive that way and follow up.
Thanks, Tracy.
Like that.
Carol.
Yeah, so for me and Tracy, I so agree with you. I look for what's the next thing that I can connect them with. Like I said, I have many other things that I do. I have them come and guest speak in my programs. I offer many different ways to stay connected. So I keep looking for different ways to stay connected to them that work for both of us.
Thanks, Carol. Joe.
I'm going to go the opposite route. I give them my WhatsApp and then I just tell them to WhatsApp me because I leave long voice messages.
Thanks, Joe. And it's whatever works for you. Evan.
I did what everybody said, but also too is ask them, how do you like me to stay connected with you? Email, text, etc. Because sometimes you don't know where they're going to be at. In that regard, and also a follow-up appointment could be simply, you're making sure that you're following them by an email or text message in 3 months or 2 months or whatever. It doesn't have to be a civil appointment, but you know that they're going to be looking for you. And you try to do something for them, like it was said, like a referral or something you can, give them to help them out to show the value that you're going to give to them.
Excellent. Thanks, Evan. Susan, just before I get to you, the thought that I had when you guys were all talking too, alignable messaging can and this is no knock against Alignable. They are doing everything night and day for us. So I know how much they work at trying to keep us all connected. However, the messaging system sometimes won't display the messages, or I've had people contact me and say, hey, you said you're going to answer me and you didn't get back to my message, and I haven't seen it in Alignable messaging. So if you have connected with someone through Alignable messaging, just make sure you have another way to get a hold of people, whether it is their phone or their email. Just know that sometimes that can not happen. So people are not ignoring you. And I usually say that to people in my group. I'm not ignoring you. I didn't see it. So anyway, all right, Susan.
Yeah, I totally get what you're talking about, Sam. So, staying connected, I mean, all these ideas are great, and I'll just add another idea. So, a lot of times when I'm on the platform, I'll see like Evan Rafoss, you know, his face will flash up and I'll see that he's on there. And so I'm like, hey, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. You know, what's new? Or maybe last time we talked, you know, I knew that he had something going on and you know, hey, how's your kid now? Right. So because Evan, last time we talked, your child, we had to disconnect because they had a bee sting. And right. And so that's how you connect, Solo, is, you know, like, and then if you see my profile come across your screen, Susan, hey, just checking in with you. How's it going? And it's I always say it's kind of like walking down Main Street, you know, if you were physically on Main Street and you're walking by and you see Todd hanging out over there in his office, you're going to be like, hey, bud, how's it going? Right. So that's how I utilize the platform. I'm in community with all of you. And I genuinely want to connect with you and see how you're doing. So, yeah, that's how I do it, Solo. Hope that works for you.
Nice.
Thanks,
I like
Susan.
that.
Utilize the platform and how it's designed. And you can make notes and you can add all those tags on their profile of the conversations that you've had. So I'm kind of liking that.
Yeah, that's a new feature. Evan, before I get to you, Paul Odendahl, I want to go back to you for one moment because um, I know that after this event, it's event after event today. So some of us seem to be, that's all we're doing. We're going to all these different events specifically about the contest. I've got to give a shout out to Paul Odendahl again. You are being interviewed by Chuck and Sue after this, are you not?
Yes.
Okay. So put that link in the chat. Anybody that wants to honestly even learn more about Alignable and how to utilize the contest. And okay, I'll let you leave here early if you want. I'll let you cut out of this one if you need a break, because it is really important that if you have the time, tune in to Paul and that event. So Paul, put that in the chat for me. Okay, over to Paul Kirch.
Yeah, thank you. I had a mentor years ago that he always instilled in his team. I was on a sales team, and he said, "Be a resource." And he didn't mean just make sure you serve your clients well. He wanted us to go deeper. And throughout my career, I mean, if I meet somebody, let's say you're in the healthcare space, and I run across an article I think could be of interest, I'll send it on, and I'll even footnote or make a note as, "Hey, I saw this article I thought might be of interest. Hopefully this helps. Here's why I thought you might enjoy it." Everything we share doesn't have to be salesy. It doesn't have to be marketing. It doesn't have to be self-promotional. If we're truly curious about the people we meet and we truly want to build deeper relationships, it's you can do a lot to really stand out as a resource and be seen as something different than just everybody else who's out there trying to pitch. Not everything we share should be marketing. In fact, that as much as I can, I want to share stuff that's not marketing. It's not promotional. Make it genuine.
Excellent. Thanks, Paul. Andrew, before I get to you, if anyone has another question, I know we've been focused on Solo's question, but if you have a question, make sure that you're raising your hand so I can call on you. Andrew, thanks for being dedicated. Now you're in your car. Okay, what do you have to offer us? Go for it, Andrew.
Sorry, I'm moving from Wi-Fi to data.
All good.
So Solo, I just wanted to let you know that, and I know you know this, that having that strong foundation of your relationship is key. And the best way to do that is always face to face. So that's why we always strongly recommend treating new relationships like any other inbound connection and having a mechanism to track and keep a hold of those. So we actually use HubSpot, or you could use Calendly or whatever your mechanism is, to book Google Meet, Zoom calls, actually meet with the people, connect with them, ask a lot of questions, and build that relationship. And then if you're doing it the way we do HubSpot, it goes straight into our CRM platform. We've got all their contact information. They've got all of ours, and we can keep that conversation and that connection going forward and continue to nurture it.
Thank you, Andrew. Craig, oh my goodness. Oh, Craig, before you ask your question, you guys, I met Craig last week in one of my events in Coach Connect Hub. And Craig, I'm putting you on the spot because everyone has to hear about your food. If you guys are foodies like me, Craig, share that and then ask your question.
It's your party. No problem. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Loud and clear.
Wonderful. So one of my businesses, I'm a caterer, and imagine, if you would, a sweet potato pie. Now take that pie and stuff it in a waffle. On top of this waffle, we're going to put a single scoop of vanilla ice cream, and we're going to finish it off with a salted bourbon caramel sauce. Guaranteed 3 seconds to your happy place. You will see sound. You will hear color. It is wonderful, delicious, and nutritious. So yeah, that's the food.
And where can they get it? So I know where you are. So the people that are living where you are, where are you that they can actually take part in your delightful cuisine?
Awesome. Well, thank you again. So I'm Pink's Catering in San Leandro, California. That's Northern California. You have an event, we bring it to you. We've done intimate dinners for 2. We've done events for 7,000. So we can work it out. If it makes money, it makes sense. Now, my question, and thank you for the platform. I just want to learn from everybody because I'm new on Alignable. Thank you. I'm learning as we go. And I want to understand, for me, how do I vote for folks? Because, people have been impactful for me on the platform. How do I go in and say, yeah, put some shine on this person? That was it.
You guys, we have got 10 minutes. So to round out this and panel, we're going to answer Craig's question, and then panel, we're going to make sure. And if you want to share anything before you leave, like we'll do final, like, oh, I forgot to tell you this. I got to tell you this. So let's answer Craig's question for a few minutes, and then we'll do final takeaways. Tracy, you're up.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Craig. So the way that you vote for other people is to visit their profile. You're going to click on their face or their name, and it'll link you to their profile. You scroll down just a little bit, and you see a banner that says Alignable's 2025 Local Business Person of the Year. And there's a button there that says vote. So you just click that button, and that's a vote, and then it'll give you an opportunity to write a comment. And I suggest you do write a comment, especially if you want to say something really great about them, because that comment later turns into a recommendation and stays on their profile. And in the event of a tie, that comment counts as a little weight to maybe bump them up above someone else. So it gives them a little extra boost. So yeah, I would say go to the profile, hit that vote button, and then also leave a comment for them, and that completes your vote. It's very easy.
Thank you, Tracy. Todd.
Yeah, exactly what she said. And the other thing, if you go to your own profile in the exact same spot where you could vote for everybody else, you'll see a thing that takes you to a dashboard to see how many votes you have and how many people have voted for you and who Alignable's smart thingy on the back end is recommending you vote for and things like that.
Excellent. Thanks, Todd. And I thought of one more thing before I call on you, Karen, because I just love the underdog. You guys, I'm a mama, I'm a grandma. I just love looking for the underdog. And by that, I mean, a lot of people that are new on Alignable don't know about the contest, and, they've got a couple of votes, and I scan through my profile. And of course, I vote for people that I truly believe deserve it. However, I also look in my community, who's active in my Coach Connect Hub community. I know some people won't vote for people if they haven't talked to them a whole lot. However, I will be very honest with you. I don't have time in the day to do all the one-to-ones it would take for me to vote for everybody. So I look for who's active in my community, who attends my events, and then I go to their profile. It takes a minimum of 3 votes to win your community. So I'll go through my community, and if somebody's only got 2 votes, if they've just joined or they're in a small community and they don't have a lot of people voting, I go through and I think, okay, who's only got 2 votes? I'm going to go vote and be that vote. Because even if you have 2 votes and nobody else does, you need 3 to win. So watch for those people that are in your community that need the extra boost to win. Okay, Karen.
Craig, one other thing, when you receive a vote, you'll receive a notification on your notification. It's pretty big, you can't miss it. And you'll see a say thanks. You can do a vote back, and you can also mark as read. So always thank the person who voted for you, because that's important to show that, hey, I appreciate you. And there's a good chance if you thank them, they'll probably reciprocate another time or write a more extensive recommendation for you. And if you forgot to do a recommendation, you can go back in, unvote for the person, but don't forget to revote. Write a recommendation and revote, because I did that a couple times, because we're only human, right?
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot that. One, if you put the recommendation that, or the reason it helps, it becomes a recommendation, and it also breaks a tie, the person with the most written recommendations. I didn't know you had to unvote and then revote and write your reason. Ooh, good tip, Karen. All right,
That's
Paul.
only if you forget to write it.
Right.
If you
Yeah,
remember, then it's all good. Okay, just
Yeah.
wanted to clarify.
Gotcha. Paul.
Sam, Craig, you've heard the path. Please, please, please leave a recommendation. Do you ever have a bad day, Craig? If you have a bad day, reach out to Sam. Or when I have a bad day, I actually go, it's such a blessing, Alignable. I'm going to get emotional even saying this. 900 some recommend. I don't even know how the hell I got 900 recommendations. But when I'm having a bad day, I go look at the recommendations, I cry. So it's such a blessing. Please leave a recommendation. And somewhere along my path this year, as Dr. Karen was just speaking of, when I go to thank someone for a vote, I am really, really grateful for every single vote. But this year, somewhere in me, I decided not only should I be grateful, I need to, in that time of thanking them, share with them why I'm grateful for what they do on Alignable and for all the other members. So we should all be working to lift each other up. So
Thank you,
that's
Paul.
my tip for voting.
Thank you so much. Evan.
So quickly, this is a question. Does everybody know how many votes they have? Raise your hand if you do. And also too, is you should all have a minimum of 20 votes. So if you're not a member of an alliance, you should we'll get you in that alliance that'll give you 20 votes. Make a list of the 20 people that actually have helped you this past year. I know I said it, and look at the people that you want that might be able to help you. Reach out the next 5 weeks and vote for them. Remember, the vote is a testimonial. And do that. You'll be a winner because it isn't about the contest. That's it.
Good point. Susan. Unmute yourself, Susan.
Craig, I would love to invite you to meet with me. If you're interested, I will connect with you. And I'd be happy to answer any other questions that you have. And I want to give a big shout out to Donna King. Donna, you were so sweet. I sent an email out. You're on my email list and you acknowledged it. And I just thought that was amazing. So that's part of what we do here on Alignable is acknowledge each other.
Thank you, Susan. All right, the last word to Paul Odendahl before I close us out here. Paul, what's your final words of wisdom? Unmute yourself, my friend.
I said I left something out. Shame on me for Craig and for everyone. Last year, it was all about voting 10 or more. This year, it's vote and thrive in 2025. And what my good friend JB, we're also sending out vote 10 or more like in 2024. Not everyone wins, but everyone gets an opportunity to build lifelong relationships, like Paul mentioned, and grow your business. But everyone should exercise at least 10 votes, because all you have to do is exercise 10 votes to 10 people who have influenced you on this platform to receive your community supporter badge. And you're all community supporters. How important is that to Craig and his business? You're mentioning and calling out where his local business is. He's a local community person. That badge is huge. And all you have to do is exercise 10 votes. I really struggle at understanding why I stay up until midnight, right up until the end of this contest, encouraging people to vote, why everyone on this platform doesn't have a community supporter badge. All it is exercising 10 votes. You must have 10 people that have made a difference in your life on this platform.
Good point, Paul. Thank you. Janine, we got 2 minutes and then I got to close this out.
Really quickly, I just want to kind of piggyback on what Paul said. I think, first off, this contest is very important, but everybody here is a winner. And like, if you use all your 10 votes and you get that community badge, that alone right there makes me feel like, wow, people can see what I do. I help people. Just so being business person of the year is awesome, but having that badge, he just looks at it and I go, wow, look at all these people who helped so many people. So everybody here is a winner.
Thank you, Janine. And it made me remember too that having those different badges on your profile signifies to everyone else, especially the people that are successful. I mean, everyone's successful, so sometimes anyway, the top winners, the people that use Alignable, once you are new on Alignable and you get that community supporter badge, what that signifies is that you're active on Alignable, so you are more apt to get people reaching out to you too, is what I was trying to say. Okay, Todd, what do you got?
I dropped the link in the chat for alignable.com, and then you put in the name of your town dash the state slash votes, and that'll show you your leaderboard of your community of who's winning and who else has votes and things like that.
Excellent. Okay, we are at the top of the hour, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. This is recorded. I'll have the recording posted in Coach Connect Hub. I can probably post it in this event when it's ready to. And Jeremy, I saw your hand up.
I just wanted to give you a shout out, Sam, for hosting this event. I think this is truly amazing, and it speaks to, the go-giver that you are. So just want to acknowledge you and give you a little bit of praise there as well.
Thank you, Jeremy. I will take it. Well,
yep, I second that.
Thanks, you guys.
I
honestly,
thank you.
I always say this is what I love to do. When you're doing what you love to do, we're not working, right? All right, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you next time. I'll be reaching out to everybody on the list. Have a wonderful contest, and I'm sure I'll talk to all of you again.
All right. Thanks.